Yo, what is up YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And as you can tell, we're doing kind of something different today. This is what I was wanting to incorporate in my channel while we're waiting on 2K18. Talk about the regular NBA season coming up. And this video, we're going to be talking about surprising MVP candidates this season. So I don't know what I'm going to call the title of the video yet, but you aren't going to see Russell Westbrook, you aren't going to see Kawhi Leonard, you aren't going to see LeBron, James Harden, Kevin Durant, all those guys, because you know those guys are always MVP candidates every season. We're going to be talking about under the radar guys that could possibly win MVP this season, and a lot of these might shock you. This is just based off my opinion and what could happen. Some of these are unlikely, but you know, just for the entertainment of the video, hope y'all enjoy. So with the first guy we're going to be talking about is John Wall. So obviously John Wall is coming off a career year. I think he averaged around 23 points and 11 assists. So John Wall led the Washington Wizards to the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Almost one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. The only bad thing about John Wall this season was when they got off to a terrible start, but he turned that around for him, which is awesome. And then in Game 7 against the Celtics, I think he missed his last 9 shots, which it was a pretty close game. And he missed his last 9 shots. So as you can tell by his career stats, he's averaged around 16. Now it's bumped up to back to 19, back to 17, then back to 20, and now he's after his career year, 23 points per game. And I feel like this guy is a good leader. I don't see why there's a reason why he can't lead his team to the playoffs again, and maybe even to the NBA Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals. And this is why I think this guy could be an MVP if he puts up numbers like he did last year, improves it a little bit more. I think John Wall is a perfect candidate for MVP this upcoming season, and it's a surprising candidate as well, as I think he might have been a candidate last season, maybe down in the bottom ranks, but still, I feel like John Wall has a perfect opportunity to win MVP next season. He was a great leader for the Washington Wizards last year, so I don't know why he can't be a great leader for them again. He has Bradley Beal. Otto Porter's coming back on a good, big contract, a max offer. They had to match Marcin Gortat. They're going to have the same starting 5. They signed Jody Meeks. They signed, I can't remember if they had any other major signings. I don't think the Wizards have done much, but, you know, they were very close to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, so I don't think they needed to change much. Their starting 5 is pretty good on paper. They played pretty good last season. So I feel like John Wall could definitely lead his team to the finals and can win MVP next season alongside with Bradley Beal. I think John Wall is a perfect candidate, guys. I don't see why this dude can't win MVP next season. I don't think there's a reason why he can't, besides, you know, all those other guys that can win it over him. That's the only reason I can think of. The next guy this is based off a lot of things. If Kyrie Irving stays in Cleveland somehow, some way, he's not winning MVP. But if he goes to his own team, puts up career numbers, maybe leads his team to the freaking finals, playoffs, I don't even know, man. He puts up 30 points per game. He becomes this great leader. Yeah, MVP for Kyrie Irving. I don't see why, man. It just depends if he gets traded, though. We have no idea if he's going to get traded. The whole city of Cleveland hates him, so I don't see why he would be able to stay there. It'd be super, super awkward if he were to come back. It's out of his control, obviously, but Kyrie Irving's coming off a career with 25 points per game. Alongside with LeBron James, so can imagine what he can do with his own offense when he's leading the way. I feel like New York Knicks is a perfect destination for him because he can become the leader there alongside with Porzingis. Who knows if Frank Ntilikina would be in that trade or not, but I just feel like this would be a great opportunity for Kyrie Irving to go to New York and possibly be an MVP candidate next season. I don't see why not. Like I said, this is based off if he gets traded, though. If he stays in Cleveland, shares the ball with LeBron, probably not going to win MVP, but he may shock some people next year by, you know, just leading his team to the playoffs, maybe even finals. That's a little bit of a stretch, but like I said, Kyrie Irving is definitely a great point guard in this league. Top 5, top 6, and the top 5 and top 6 are really tough. I know he's definitely top 6 point guard, but it's based off your own preference who you want to put in the top 6. Personally, I think he's a 6th best point guard, but, you know, that's based off opinion. But anyway, Kyrie Irving definitely can win MVP next season, but that all depends if he gets traded by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who knows if he comes back or where he's going, man. Next, we got Damian Lillard. So I know I'm a huge Damian Lillard fan. Obviously, he's my favorite player, and this isn't biased, though, because Lillard is a great player in this league. Top 5, top 6 point guard, like I said, just like Kyrie Irving. And a lot of people might substitute Kyrie Irving for Damian Lillard in top 5. This is why, you know, it's hard to determine who's top 5, top 6. But this dude is slept on year after year after year. He doesn't make an all-star game. He gets snubbed, and then he goes off. After the all-star break, he starts going off. Like I said, man, this guy is great. He's my favorite point guard to watch, obviously. But Damian Lillard's numbers have just gotten better and better, man. So look, he averaged 19 points his rookie year, 20.7 points his sophomore season, then 21 points, then 25 points, and he averaged 27 points last year. So will he go up to 29, 30? Who knows, man? Maybe he can start facilitating the ball a little more. I mean, he doesn't get like assists like John Wall or anything, but he is a better scorer than John Wall. But John Wall definitely all around better all around player is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like I said, Damian Lillard is the perfect leader for Portland, and I don't see why this guy doesn't have the potential to win MVP next season. But it's just based off a lot of things. Can Portland even make the playoffs next year with Western Conference looking so great? There's a lot of questions for the Portland Trail Blazers. They just recently traded Allen Crabbe. Are they going to do another trade? Their bench looks iffy right now. It's just a lot of questions for the Blazers right now. But if Damian Lillard to somehow lead this team back to the playoffs, maybe a top seed, and puts up career numbers, I don't see why this dude can't win MVP. Like I said, it's potential. It's based off potential. I'm not saying these guys are winning MVP. This is based off potential solely by my opinion. I feel like these 6 players, actually I put top 5, and I'm going to put top 5 in the title, but I'm honestly talking about 6 players. So this next one we talk about may surprise a lot of people, but I'll give you my reason why I think this could be a possibility. So here we got Blake Griffin from the Los Angeles Clippers. So for this to happen, Blake Griffin definitely has to stay healthy. But the reason why I think Blake Griffin could win, it's probably the less likely out of them all. But it's because he's the number one option now in LA. Chris Paul is gone. I don't see who's the number one option now. I think it's Blake Griffin. If you just look at it, DeAndre Jordan, your number one option? I don't think so. So Blake Griffin is the number one option now in LA. So if he were to take that and run with it and maybe put up career numbers and lead the Clippers back to the playoffs, maybe pass the second round this time, I don't know, man. Blake Griffin definitely can be an MVP candidate. I don't know. It just depends if he can stay healthy, though. That's the only problem with Blake Griffin. He always gets hurt every year. He's always been around 21 points per game the last 3 seasons, and 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds. Yeah, he's a pretty good player, but he just can't stay healthy, especially when playoffs come around. He definitely just doesn't stay healthy. But like I said, MVP is a regular season award, so Blake Griffin can stay healthy during the regular season and then get hurt in the playoffs. I don't know, man. Like I said, this just is based off a lot of things. He is the number one option in LA. For the Los Angeles Clippers anyway, not the Lakers. And I just don't see why he doesn't have a chance to maybe win MVP. This is probably the less likely of them all, if we're really talking about it, because Blake Griffin just does not stay healthy. That's the number one thing I say about why he's the less likely. He just can't stay healthy. And we'll just have to see what LA decides to do. Maybe Blake Griffin could put up 20 points per game and 10 rebounds. Who knows, man? He's the number one option there now, so hopefully the dude can stay healthy and not punch any trainers. But next we got Jimmy Butler. Always got traded to the Timberwolves. Now this one is a little tough to determine because Jimmy Butler, I feel like, is going to be the dominant ball handler there in Minnesota. I think he's going to be the facilitator, and he's going to be the number one option. Just in my opinion, with Tom Thibodeau there, I mean, he used to love Jimmy Butler when he used to coach him. And now Jimmy Butler's got Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jeff Teague to share the ball with. Reason why I think Jimmy Butler could win MVP is because he's going to be the number one option there. Like I just said, he's going to be the main facilitator. He's going to put up numbers, man. That's what he's going to do. And I feel like Jimmy Butler can definitely lead this team to the playoffs. There's no reason why Minnesota shouldn't be in the playoffs next season. Honestly, no reason. He averaged around 24 points per game last year, his best season yet. So I feel like it's just going to get better. I feel like he's turning 27 or 28, maybe 29-ish. I don't know. I don't know his exact age, honestly. Someone can leave that in the comment section. But I feel like Jimmy Butler could possibly lead the Timberwolves to the playoffs. Or not possibly. I feel like he will. Not possibly at all. I don't feel like the Timberwolves should have any excuse to not make the playoffs. They got Jamal Crawford as their sixth man. You got Jimmy Butler this offseason. Andrew Wiggins is still young. Karl-Anthony Towns is looking like a monster. Like he's going to be one of the best centers of all time. I don't know about that, but he's going to be one of the best players when LeBron James retires or whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't see why Jimmy Butler can't win MVP next season. Obviously, he's got to put up some better numbers than 24 points per game, which I feel like he can. But sharing the ball with Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins may, kind of take away from that. They do have Jamal Crawford as their sixth man, like I said. Tyus Jones is a backup point guard. They traded Rubio. I feel like this is Jimmy Butler's team now. Although he has two good scoring options with him, I just feel like Jimmy Butler could win MVP next season. He's just that kind of player and really good defensive player as well. He's a great all-around player. But next we got the one most likely of them all that everybody's been talking about is Giannis Antetokounmpo. So Giannis was top 10 in every stat line last season, and I don't know if you guys watch SDC, but SDC did a video of this guy. He's gotten bigger. Like, his muscles have gotten bigger and stuff. And Giannis is going to go on a rampage next season, honestly. I feel like this is the most likely of them all. I feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo can win MVP next season. I don't see why not. Like I said, he was top 10 in every stat line last season. If he can, turn one of those into, top 5 or maybe top 3, I don't see why he can't. So 23 points per game last year, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. I don't have his blocks on here, but like I said, he was top 10 in every stat line. Steals, points, rebounds, assists, top 10. So I feel like that's right. That's what I feel like was right anyway. I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyway, Giannis Antetokounmpo obviously is a great young player in this league. He's only 23. He's only 23 years old, dude. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be scary in the future. He's a great player, and I don't see why this dude isn't the number one most likely option out of this video to win MVP next season, because everybody's been predicting it. Everybody's been like, if there's one guy that has not been in MVP talks before that will win MVP next season, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Realistically, you could give the MVP to LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant every year if you wanted to. Steph Curry every year, but I don't think the NBA likes doing that. And I didn't even like when Steph Curry won it back-to-back. I didn't like that. I think it took away from the competitiveness, and I don't think he should have been unanimous MVP that one season. I think that was a little bit of a stretch, but anyway, like I said, guys, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and what other videos you want me to talk about like this. I wanted to make this a series, but I just wanted to see how you guys feel about this and how this episode went. I feel like it went pretty well. I wanted to give my opinion on the MVP next season and how these could be shocking candidates. But that's it for me, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy. We're so close to 700 subscribers. This is Crushables. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm saying peace!